Omni tanks are back. Let's discuss this. This is really interesting. For one thing, I love the theme. The Fire Tribe garb looks great. Face fans are ecstatic. Lynn looks really good.
I must embody the Flame Tribe's blazing will to fight.
She looks like she could seriously kick some butt. I love it. I had to take notes. This is a lot. Okay. These skills. This is 3 preference things in one. I don't even know. Okay, so Firelight Lance. This is slaying. So this is Omni +5 during combat. Fantastic. Damage equals 15% of foe's attack. And if speed is greater than opponent, guard starts. And then this is weird. Start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants cooldown count -1 to unit and allies within 4 spaces of unit after combat. So this is good, but you really want that before combat, right?
But I'm begging you.
Anyway, I can't quite figure out how that is interacting with godlike reflexes. So I would like to see more on that. That's a big question I have, and I'll love to see it when she comes out. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of ridiculous showcases on this because this unit is crazy. All right, godlike reflexes. This is really interesting. So if unit speed is greater than foe speed -4, so it's an easier check, and unit special is ready or unit special triggered during combat, deals damage equals 15% of unit speed. Fantastic. When special triggers, reduces damage from foe's attack by 40%. So we've got some nice DR going here. We've got some extra damage. This feels in the same vein as Vital Astra. The only catch is the special does not trigger if you don't meet that speed check. Then we have the third preference thing here, which is the Verdict of Sakai. So this is an Omni bonus X times 4 plus 4. And X is the number of allies within 4 spaces, max of 12. So keep in mind, if there are 2 allies within 4 spaces, that's it. That's all she needs to get plus 12 to all stats. This is a stat ball. This is crazy. So, if special is ready, deals an extra 5 damage. Great. When damage is dealt, restores 7 HP. All right. And then we've got all sorts of other crazy survivability things. I have been running something similar to this with Legendary Dimitri. And I'll say similar to this because I have been using him the last couple of seasons as an Omni tank. A lot of that's because he's in season, it's been water. But yeah, this is a lot like that, where we are looking at units now that you can put out into the field almost by themselves. I mean, this one needs to be within 4 spaces of 2 units, and 4 spaces is just huge. And this unit will take a ton of damage. Ton. The big question is, does it meet the current benchmark for for melee interactions, which is Seliph? So if she can beat Brave Seliph, then this is a fantastic pairing to your Far Save unit in any mode where you use Far Save. So if you're using them in Summoner Duels, this is great. If you're using them in Aether Raids, this is great. This is key because I've been doing a lot of tests with Brave Seliph, and he blows people up. It is nuts how hard it is to tank this unit. So this is your answer to that. They gave you the problem. Here's the solution. I like this unit a lot. And I think this is the marquee unit of this whole thing. The problem is, since she doesn't have distant counter, she can't be a true Omni tank, like I'm saying. But definitely a melee tank is fantastic. The other thing that's really in the favor of these Omni infantry tanks is that we have so many skills that can be activated away from their partners. The infantry null follow-up, for instance, would be absolutely fantastic on her. If you wanted to put legendary Ellawood out there, you could get bonuses that way. It is easier and easier to give buffs at a distance. And I say the infantry speed tactic because you can give it to the unit and then Lynn can run off and do her thing. So it would be interesting to see if you wanted to replace that A skill with distant counter, if she could do that same role. I want to see it. Send me your showcases. I love to see them. If you're looking at where this unit sits on the whale scale, I'll be honest, like, this is enough stuff that I'm gonna mark this as a merge project. I don't normally do that with units that aren't legendary or yeah, I can talk today, I swear. Aren't legendary or duos. But this is interesting, and I think this is ushering in a new breed of hero. So I'm curious to see it. It's also an answer to all of the crazy melee units we got on the Brave banner. I've talked long enough though. Let's go ahead and move on. Yeah. You love to see it. Yeah, I really want to see a showcase. I want to see the Shadow. If you're out there, I know day one, like the first hour that unit's out. This is Muspell. They're going to give him about the same treatment that they gave Niffle versus Summer Niffle. Niffle was almost completely a better unit. Summer Niffle was almost completely a better unit, just absolutely power crept. And this is a Muspell with a better player phase and some other interesting things. If we're looking at this unit, there's less to read, thank God. This Breath of Flame has Slaying, Times Pulse, Spendthrift, but it's at 6, so it's +6, -6 on attack. Guaranteed follow-up, and damage reduction piercing of 50%, which is so interesting. Of course, we see so much damage reduction now. The problem is a lot of it that we're getting is either in the form of Miracle, which is, in my mind, a form of damage reduction. I mean, it keeps you from going 0. And then the other is the special base damage reduction, which that won't pierce. But it's still really good. The other thing is this Dragon's Wrath 4? We had Dragon's Wrath on 3 on one unit. One singular unit, and now we have 4. So dragons, they are just all about dragons scoring well right now. I'm here for it. I like it. I think we need a rebound with dragons. So this reduces damage from foes' first attack during combat by 25%. Fantastic. And if units attack is greater than foes res, units first attack deals damage equals 25% of units attack minus foes res during combat. So this unit is going to hit hard. This is very much a player phase skill, although I have simmed it in the enemy phase a little bit, and it's neat. But if you think about the way this unit is attacking, they are going to attack in the counterattack is going to have damage reduction on it, and then the unit's going to attack back and hopefully destroy the unit, because this unit is not going to have a lot of speed. Domain of Flame grants attack, defense +4, and yeah, you guys have seen this. The damage enhancement is really, really good for certain things. I use Muspell a lot. I'm a huge fan. So I think this is a fun unit. I will say that damage enhancement like Domain of Flame is more of a fun thing than like Niffle's damage reduction. The thing is, most units that you run into just hit really hard. Like there aren't a whole lot of cases where you're like, oh, if only that brand new unit would hit harder. Normally it's if only that unit could survive the crazy things that's hitting it, like Seliph. In case you can't tell, I've been looking at Seliph a lot today. Love the sprite. He's one of my favorite sprites. He looks fantastic. Oh, wait. Did they get rid of the shoes? Did we get rid of the pointy shoes? That's important.
Approaches.
I went to the wrong spot, didn't I?
A fool approaches.
I can't see the shoes. I'm gonna have to wait till later. Okay, sorry guys. I'll quit messing with it. I don't know, summoners.
Time-honored test of metal from members of the Flame Tribe.
Okay, she looks great. I mean, just ripped. Definitely that. Attack speed ideal 3 and odd tempest 3 as fodder are fantastic. Like that's just amazing. Flame gun by. Okay, I mean, you just heard me read Lynn's preference weapon, which I have. I'm looking at this thing. There are 6 bullet points. 6. It is really, really difficult for these inheritable weapons to keep up. This is a sword, and it's neat. At the start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants attack defense +5 to unit, and inflicts penalty on foes' attack defense equals 20% of unit's defense at start of combat. I mean, that's good. It really, that's a good inheritable weapon. It is. It just, how do you compare that to any preference weapon right now? They're so far behind. So far behind. So this is a sleeper for me. I'm sorry. Yeah. This is the harmonic unit.
Bold. Seems fine to me.
Strangely enough, I don't have a harmonic unit for heroes. So I might be looking at this thing for that reason. But for one thing, I mean, they look great. Like Peony and Tana, that's, yeah.
You can do it.
Kindling Tycho. This is just fascinating. I can't even believe they did this. So it's slaying. Grants Canto 1 to units within 2 spaces. What do you do with that? That's nuts. I never thought that would be. I mean, it's only Canto 1. It's not huge, but it is kind of huge. Like if you're a fan of any of the Gale Force clears, it is nuts to be able to hit a unit and then slide that unit over, either pinning their last unit or getting them out of the way so someone else can do their attack. Like it's not a small thing. Obviously this is range, so I mean it's not perfectly ideal for Gale Force, but still, like it's really good. Anyway, grants attack speed +6 during combat. It has NFU in the weapon, fantastic. If against a unit that's not red, you get 20% bonus to unit's attack, and then a penalty of 20% of the foe's attack to the foe. So they're really gonna do up the survivability. This looks like they're trying to be yet another Brave Hector counter. I don't understand the penalty of 20% to foe's attack combined with the wind sweep. Like that, it's not very synergistic. Ultimately, you probably want another B skill. The hope is, and we'll see this unit stat line, I think we'll see it in here. We'll have to look in just a second. But the hope is that there is enough bulk there to survive at least one hit. And then you get to hit back. And with NFU, that means that the Brave Hectors of the world and all of those other units aren't going to be able to retaliate. So maybe Wind Sweep isn't the best skill there. We'll see. We'll have to see how exactly that goes. Speed, defense, hold. Inflicts speed, defense -4 on foes within 3 spaces during combat. I love those skills so much. Huge fan. We should see stats here. 26 defense. I mean, we're looking here at 65 defensive bulk. No, you're definitely going to need wind sweep. 100%. Okay, I see the wind sweep. I mean, you're probably not surviving. You're probably not surviving much. I mean, the defense res is okay, just the HP isn't great. Yeah, so you're really doubling down that the unit you're going against is going to be a melee of some sort. The problem, of course, is as we're seeing, just dragons are everywhere right now. So this unit will probably be good. So this unit will be good against Brave Hector, but in this build, it won't be good against Ascendant Adun. Yeah, unless you pair her with Naga. What do I think about this unit? This unit, if I'm looking at the whale scale, this is not a +10. Like I mean, this. Yeah, I'm thinking Spark. I think this unit is neat. This is going to be blasphemy, and someone is going to just rip me a new one when they find out I'm wrong. This is a Spark, and it's very close to a sleeper. Yes, I know this is an amazing harmonized skill, and the thing about it is, if you're using this in Aether raids, then this lets you dance. This lets you harmonize dance, Peony, and Plumeria. But are you having trouble in Aether raids right now? And will that trouble be fixed by a harmonized skill that is probably duo hindranced? So, yeah, I like this unit a lot. This unit is very creative. I'm a huge fan. I still think the selling point here is Lyn. I think Lyn is fascinating.
It will be decided.
Melee tanks. Think about the fact that Brave Seliph takes out a lot of configurations of Asker.
Ready?
Yeah, that's nuts. I have seen so many Aether Raids configurations for this coming week that involved all melee units, and they said screw it, we're just gonna go to town and obliterate people with Crom and Brave Seliph, Legendary Sigurd, all of those units. They're just gonna go after him. I stopped here because Mordecai. I want to see what this unit is. I'm a Mordecai fan. I like Mordecai. Man, the folks who guessed the other unit there were way off. But a Grail Project Mordecai sounds fantastic. Yeah, that is about it. Summoners. So, if you need a melee tank, if that's something that you are suffering from in regards to the Seliph plague, the Brave Seliph plague, here's your answer. I don't have that in. I haven't seen that exactly in The Sims yet, but I'm guessing because of where they released this unit that this is probably where that's going to be. That's my guess. Summoners, if you're a Lyn fan, you're really happy today. Take care and schedule an appointment with your FEHologist real soon.